Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're standing, strong just yet. Diamond hands. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you sold. Who knows? Write down in the comments. Doesn't matter. Bitcoin is right now 6.4% down in red. It was down by 15%, so it did recover a little bit. But somebody posted a very interesting chart in the Telegram chat, and I want to talk a little bit about it because this over here is the Corona dump towards the downside. This over here is what we have right now, and of course they are very, very bullish. It's gonna explode towards the upside. Want to talk a little bit about that. We are still, bullish overall. But what it is happening, it is global market economy is just getting wrecked right now, and the fear is very, very strong. That said, these things always takes a little bit time, and the reason they take time is people have to figure out what is actually happening. There is a lot of panic selling, there is a lot of fear. When these two thing happens, people need to understand what's happening. So it takes a little while for the price to stabilize itself, to for people to figure out, is this bad? Is it gonna recover? And there's that. So after a little while, we will actually know whether this is bad or not. But right now, we cannot actually tell for certain because people have still not priced in everything that needs to be priced in. That said, I think we're gonna look at the chart a little bit and see what's actually happening. So over here, this looks like expanding musical instrument towards the downside. This is the Corona dump over here. This move towards the downside was like 60% move towards the downside. This over here move right now that we are having right now from the very top to the bottom is 30% move towards the downside. But are they actually the same? So let's go and look at it. Over here we got the same two charts, and I did my best to draw the expanding musical instrument as he did it. You can see over here it is very nicely hit the line on the top, so we got a very strong line. This line is kind of sketchy a little bit over here, might be a little bit up, a little bit down, but it does look like expanding musical instrument. On the other hand, this part over here, the bottom line does look legit, and it did hit the bottom line just kind of like over here. Unfortunately, I don't think this line goes something like this over here because he didn't use the top wicks over here. He used this wick over here, just one wick over here, create some kind of line over there eventually. But I think, when it comes to this line up here, I think it should go something like this over here. Maybe a little bit more down, maybe a little bit more, give or take. Maybe it's some kind of channel over here. If it goes something like this, but definitely not. It doesn't go anything like this over here. At least not the way I see it. Best case scenario, this line goes actually something like this over here, and what we have over here on the chart just before the Corona dump is a falling wedge that broke towards the upside. So this move up here tried to break the bottom part up here, didn't do that, came up to the resistance level, broke that, retested that, and continued towards the upside. Right? It's a little bit different chart. I don't think it is the same chart, but there might be some kind of hopium over here that maybe it's some kind of expanding musical instrument. Regardless, right now we are having this bottom line right now that is holding support just like over here, and you'll see over here, this dump over here was a 62% dump, and right now we are having this 30% dump. Not only that, over here this actually took 3 weeks to recover, and right now we are just in the second week over here right now. So are we gonna break this towards downside or not? That kind of depends. Let's zoom in a little bit over here, what you're gonna see on the chart over here, and we're gonna clean up everything up here as well. This is the very bottom of the Corona dump over here. This is the Corona dump. This over here is the very bottom on the 4-hourly time frame. The same thing goes right now. Right now, this is the bottom and recovery over here that's happening right now on the chart as we speak. The question is how this is gonna play out. And if you've been watching today's Bitcoin live stream, you know that I said we need to give it a little bit of time, and oftentimes that needs to happen. Just like over here, this lasted for, let's see, how many. This lasts from March 20 all the way to March 12 all the way to March 20. So almost a week time it went kind of sideways over here, and this is very, very important because in this part over here people need to figure out whether it's bad, whether it's good, is it gonna recover. They need to price in everything that needs to be priced in to figure out whether this is bad or not. Right now we don't actually have that. Right now we just have the first recovery. Over here we had a recovery as well. Recovery over here, consolidation, pull back towards the downside, another dump down, try to go lower, could not go up here. It's been consolidating for a long time all the way over here until we start breaking towards the upside a little bit. right? So it took a little bit of time, like, you know, a 1 week's time until we actually figured out what's actually happening. And the same thing I think is gonna, best case scenario is for whatever reason this just recover towards upside, you know, that's the best case scenario. But I would like to see something down here at the bottom, something like over here, some kind of pattern, regardless of what kind of pattern it's gonna be, maybe lower low, maybe lower low, something needs to happen on some kind of time frame, preferably in the 4-hour time frame, maybe over the next couple of days, maybe during this week over here. Something needs to happen to give us that, you know, to give us that, you know, market sentiment that we can read off the chart, some kind of pattern, something, right? Because right now we don't actually have that much. It is recovering, it is up, I don't know how many percent, 8-9% from 15%, right? Because right now it's sitting at -6% on daily time frame. So go over here to daily time frame, you'll see right now that we are down 6%, but we are down something like 15.8% during the day, right? So right now it picked up to 6% over here. It's still not done just yet, so we still need to wait for how this is gonna play out. And I'm still saying, like, on the 4-hourly, we need to watch how this part over here plays out. We need some kind of pattern, we need some kind of line, something that tells us that, you know, this is gonna play out eventually in our favor. There is one thing that happened which is actually very, very good. This last part over here, so there was this part where we started dumping towards downside over here, and then it created this trend line over here a couple of times, and that broke towards upside right now. I definitely could see another move towards downside up here, you know, to create this zigzag pattern up here, but you know, that's the very first move up here towards upside that tells us, yeah, okay, market right now is pricing that, you know, this might bounce, and it's, you know, they already start buying towards upside a little bit, but we still need to see how this actually plays out. On the other hand, I would like to see on the chart, and I'm going to show you over here which line needs to break again, and there's this bottom line over here. There was this bottom line which was very, very nice. I don't know if you're gonna pull it all the way up here, but I think it goes something like this over here, give or take. This line, this is the support line in this entire trend from 70k. So as soon as we started dumping towards downside over here, there was this very, very important trend line over here, just as we broke it over here, that was acting as support level. And right now that we broke that support level, I would like to get back above that support level. If you can manage to get back above that support level inside this channel over here towards upside, I think that might actually be very, very good, and then we might see some kind of continuation. I'm a little bit skeptical that this is just going to happen immediately, so my take on this right now is this going to continue zigzagging over here to sideways, and you know, we have to still wait and see how this actually plays out. Let me put the back chart up here. So I don't know who actually made this or posted it, but it was an interesting chart. Whether this is gonna play out like this or not, I don't know. There is a lot, again, there is a lot of fear in the market, a lot of panic, and when that happens, people don't actually understand what's happening. So I'm reading a lot on X trying to figure out what's happening in the markets with Japan, with yen. So Japan is increasing interest rates, unemployment in the USA, interest rates are not being decreased in, or they're saying they're gonna be decreased in US. So this is, you know, some kind of market economics that's happening, you know, on large scale. I do not understand it. The only thing I understand that we need to wait until some kind of pattern forms, and then we can tell, you know, what's gonna happen next. Is this very, very bad, very good? We don't know. For all we know, right now Bitcoin is down -5.9%. By the end of the day, we might be in green. I'm gonna show you two other things over here on the chart. This is Bitcoin dominance right now. The Bitcoin dominance on the daily time frame over here right now is hitting almost the blue box up here towards upside. I'm a little bit unsure whether we're gonna break that and continue towards upside over here, but right now we are pumping when Bitcoin is dumping. So Bitcoin dominance is increasing while everything is dumping. So everything is dumping more than Bitcoin. And that said, there is one very, very important line that I'm looking to break right now that might tell us that Bitcoin dominance is gonna crash, and that line is right over here on downside of here. So right now we are in very, very steep trend towards upside, towards the blue box. Over here is the max fear right now on Bitcoin and crypto market, and, you know, market in general. So I want to see this actually starting breaking towards upside at the same time while Bitcoin starts recovering, and that might actually indicate that altcoins are going to do well, because altcoins were down double digits across the board. Right now a lot of coins are down like only like 6%, something like that, right? So over here we have for example Bonk was down 21%, right now is down only 6%, right? Dogecoin was down 22%, right now it's down only 6%, right? Let's look at some other over here. Sushi up here. Sushi was down I don't know how much, 90%. Right now it's down only 6%. So there is definitely a lot of stuff recovering up here. BNB went down 19.5%. Right now it's only 6% down. Now it's still down, it's still in red, it's still not down. But the fact that we are having this, big recovery moves right now, it's, it's interesting and, a little bit optimistic right now. So we're gonna see how it actually plays out. Maybe the worst is over. We don't know just yet. Need to give it a little bit more time. If it plays out like Corona dump in 2020, might take a week's time, give or take. So there is that. It looks interesting though. Guys, just a quick update on what's happening. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.